Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show. Today we're here to talk about unhoused people, services available from Hope the Mission. But for us to really get an idea of what they're doing in the community and the stories that they bring to us. Julie, Diệp muốn cảm ơn quý vị khán giả đã theo dõi chương trình hôm nay. Hôm nay mình nói về cái chương trình của Hope the Valley, làm sao mình giúp được mấy cái người vô gia cư ở trong cộng đồng của mình. Hôm nay mình nói chuyện với Robert Rush. Robert Rush nói đó là trong LA County có 70.000 người bị homeless, mà trong Orange County, Julie không có biết cái số bao nhiêu, mà mình cũng thấy đó là lúc mà mình lái vòng cái community của mình thấy cái số đó cũng hơi lên nhiều. Thì hy vọng hôm nay quý vị có nhiều cái ý kiến về các cái idea để cho giúp mọi người đây. I'm hoping that today, your appearance today will help change the mind and maybe the hearts of those of us who drive around and see people who are homeless, who are unhoused, who are not that they're not everyone is doing drugs, that I was saying in Vietnamese, and not everyone don't want the help, and not everyone is used to this lifestyle. I think the misperception that we hear in the community is that these people don't want the help. Is that what you're seeing when you interview these families or these people?
Absolutely not. No, a lot of times people experience homelessness because of just life issues. Just yesterday, I spoke with a guy that shared with me that he was working. He was working with a moving company, and he experienced homelessness as a result of the pandemic. And he was living in his car, and then he lost his car, and then he's now in a shelter. And so this young man is a great guy. He's great. He doesn't use drugs. He's not, a criminal. He was a dad that lost his house, and he's homeless. And so that kind of breaks some of the misconceptions. Because some people believe that everybody is out there drugs. Now, mind you, there are people that are using drugs and mental illness, of course. But a lot of people experience life.
Okay. Well, I like what you said, because you're saying that a lot of people also experience homelessness because of their life issues. Just how life changes, the pivotal point in our life, and whether you're going through a job loss or maybe a marriage, a divorce. So there's so many life issues that can contribute to the homelessness issue.
Absolutely. One of the things that we will say is that we do crisis intervention. So you have homeless intervention, but the people that come to our services or use our services, they're in crisis.
Yes.
And so people are in a hyper state of crisis. And even when I spoke about our CFO and president and CEO spending time on the street, they talk about even after a certain time starting early signs of mental illness.
Wow.
So as a result of homelessness, it can actually bring on onset mental illness, that level of crisis.
I can't believe that your CEOs are willing to spend 100 days on the street.
Crazy, right?
Just to feel it. But I'm sure when they come back, they become even better leaders.
Absolutely.
I wish that we can get all of our electeds to spend 100 days, and maybe their decision making will change.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Robert, for bringing that up. Bữa nay Robert nói đó là cái CEO của Hope the Mission là sống giống như người homeless trong 100 ngày luôn. Đây là 2 người luôn. Họ thấy là trong 100 ngày họ rất thấy nhiều người không có thấy họ nữa, giống như feel là cái invisible. Mà thêm nữa đó là họ thấy là họ có rất nhiều cái bệnh mental health. Thì mình thấy đó là lúc mà mình giúp cái người vô gia cư là không phải là giúp cho họ tìm nhà không, mà thiệt ra tạo ra rất nhiều cái chương trình để cho giúp họ về tìm cái nhiều dịch vụ giúp họ. Họ làm cái kêu bằng crisis counseling, là họ nói chuyện với mọi người mà bị homeless, mà họ không phải là nói chuyện với họ không, mà là tạo cho cái sự giúp đỡ, để tìm cái chương trình để cho giúp họ. I was just saying that, when you intervene and you interview these people, you're not there just to give them a home. You're there to connect them to programs and services throughout the community. How is it different when you see a woman with children on the street? Are the services different? Because oftentimes when I drive by, I see more men on the street for some reason. Maybe it's just my ignorance. But is there a difference in delivery services and urgency when you see a child that's on the street, maybe a teenager's on the street? We know that kids who are part of the LGBTQ community, oftentimes I also end up on the streets. Are there any different protocols for youth, for women, for children?
I think the protocol is just to take care of people and to prioritize everyone for sure.
Okay.
But we do have programs that we intend for moms and children. We have those in set. But really, I think that question is interesting because we try our best to classify people, or not to classify people, if I could say it that way. We try our best to look at everyone, as I said earlier, from a humanistic perspective.
So kind of like a need basis.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And to provide just human services. And so, yes, when you have a mom on the street with children, definitely you step in and you take care. And also with the LGBT community as well.
Right.
We're always trying to create spaces for safety as well. And so there may be an approach in the strategy or the services that are offered, but it's always care. You always make sure that you do no harm and you care for sure.
So you say we start with care.
Absolutely.
We start with care.
Basic needs.
Basic needs.
You need a place to eat, a place to sleep, take a shower, get some food, always care.
And I think that's one thing about it. I think when you have a leader who takes the time to really feel the pain and understand the challenges, that you start with care.
Yeah.
Because I love what you said, because for me, I'm a person who just drives around town and I see there's increased homelessness in Orange County, but I don't know where to start.
Yeah.
I don't know where to help. As a mental health professional, we guide people, we help people problem solve, and we do all of these things, and we connect them to resources. But oftentimes we don't know what else we can do. I obviously thought that housing is a basic human rights, because when you don't have the shelter, you can't make decisions.
Absolutely.
And you can't really even solve bigger problems like your mental health, your physical health, and all the other financial challenges that these people go through. So,
Absolutely.
but thank you so much for reminding us to just to care more. We might not stop our car, but care enough to smile, care enough to say hi, care enough to say, when they say God bless you to you, you can say God bless you back. Right? So I think giving is not always about money, and it's not always housing these people personally, but also just to see them, to recognize, and just to care and see the human side of it. Thank you for the reminder, and for all of us to be more caring in this holiday season and also throughout the year. Because I always see blanket drives and food drives during Thanksgiving and Christmas. But you guys just don't only work during Thanksgiving and Christmas.
24 hours a day.
24 hours.
365 days a year.
365 days a year. All right. Well, thank you for all the wonderful things that you do. Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị khán giả. Hôm nay Julie có một cái thời gian rất là đặc biệt nói chuyện với Robert Rush III. Đây là người Senior Director of People and Culture. Cộng đồng Việt Nam của mình và về người Á Đông của mình có thể không có hiểu về bệnh tâm bệnh, mà thiệt ra Robert nói hôm nay đó là nhiều người mà experience homelessness không phải là về họ làm ở viện, họ làm drug, mà thiệt ra là cái cuộc đời của họ có thay đổi chút, có thể mất công việc làm, có thể có bị ly dị, hoặc cái khó khăn gì đó, về bị bệnh tâm lý tâm thần cũng được. Có thể cái người không có người trong gia đình không có kiên nhẫn, không có chịu giúp đỡ, thì có thể họ bị homeless. Không phải là họ không có người thương, mà nhiều người cộng đồng của mình, cho người trong gia đình của mình không biết cách sao giúp nữa. Thì Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị khán giả đã theo dõi chương trình. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện với anh Robert Rush để cho hiểu thêm nhiều cái dịch vụ về cái chương trình để giúp cho mọi người vô gia cư không có nhà. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của LittleSaigon TV.